Hello friends, this is Raman Gill with your daily Forex market analysis for May 12th, 2016. We'll start off by taking a look at Euro US dollar daily chart here. Today, the daily close for Euro was very bullish. We saw over the last couple of days the price has moved down, but there hasn't been a big move in the market. And today we saw a nice big engulfing candle here. However, we do see that the price came to the top of this range here that it stayed in for quite some time. So the next target now would be bullish here. We're looking for price to move further to the upside here. The target would be 1480 level or potentially 1500 level. But before the price does that, we are looking for price to pull back, and this would be the level, these pins will be the level that we would look for the price to come and back test. So the move that we're expecting is price to come down, test this 1389 or 1400 level here, and then push back up to the top of the range at 1450, and then potentially further up into 1480 and into 1500. So looking at the 4-hour chart, this is what we see. This is the level that we are looking for the price to come back and test. So the move would be for price to push down and then push back up. 1450 being the first target, and then 1.1480 being the second target, which is the top of the pin here. So that's what we're looking for tomorrow. And then we have pound US dollar here as well. This one closed within the range. So for the last 3 days, we have seen price go up to the high, and then it backs off of that level and then come into the bottom at 1.4380 level and then pushes back up from there. Tomorrow we have news coming out for British pound, which will be very, very important news. And this news could be a market driver for the pound. If the news comes out negative, so we have inflation number coming out, we have MPC member board monetary policy and interest rate statement coming out tomorrow. The interest rate is not expected to change. However, the inflation numbers that come out could have a big impact on what the pound does. If the inflation is negative, we will see the pound drop. However, if we see positive number for the inflation, we could see the pound go up from here. So at this point, we will trade this as a range bound market, selling at 144.80 and looking to buy at 1.4380 here. And once the news comes out, we may see it move to the downside at 142.93, so above 14300, or it could move back up into 145.50 area. So that remains to be seen after the news, but at this point, this is range bound and we will trade it as a range bound as well. Looking at the 4-hour chart here, we see there's support and resistance here at 143.80 level. Expect the price to come back here and then push up, potentially back off of this bottom of the range, or it may go to the top and then sell off from there. Once the news comes out, we are looking for the price to move out of this range. For the Aussie US dollar here, the price has been in this range over the last couple of days. It did go up to test the high here at 1.7400 level, and then it has backed off of that since then and dropped. So this will trade as a range bound market here as well. So looking to buy at 7300 level and looking to sell at 07400 level. Looking at a 4-hour chart here, we see the price came and tested the high of the range here at approximately 7400 level and then dropped back from there, and now it's pushing down to the downside and looking for it to go to 7300. And if the price breaks through the 7300 level, it may continue on to the next level. However, we will treat this as a range bound and we'll be looking to buy at 7300. However, be careful if it does go through that level. We are looking for price to move on to the next level. So this is our S2, which coincides with 07300 level. If it does break through the 7300, then we are looking for this 7250 level, which would be this support and resistance here. That will be the next target if the 7300 gives way. Here, New Zealand US dollar, though, it's a different story. We saw bullishness in New Zealand dollar. The daily close was quite bullish, and as a result, we are looking for price to move up here. The first target would be 68.50 level, the top of these pins over here. And once the price breaks through that level, we are looking for it to go to 68.80 level or potentially into 6900 level. So the 68.50 level is the first important level. It needs to breach that, go through that to move on to the next level. Looking at the 4-hour chart here, this is the support and resistance, the 68.50 level that we're looking for it to go and test. As you can see here, we see a lot of green candles. The momentum is to the upside, and we are looking for it to continue on all the way to 68.80 here. It is holding above the pivot at this point, which would suggest that it will move up further. Looking at dollar CAD here, we saw a nice drop in dollar CAD, a nice bearish close on the day. So the next target we'd be looking for would be a move to the downside and 1.2780 level, the bottom of this pin here. So what we may see is a pushback into 2900, then a drop from there. So we'd be looking for a bit of a push up and then a drop into 1.2780 level. Here, 4-hour chart looks very bearish as well, but it could push up into this level 2900, and then we are looking for, this is the target, this 2780 level, this 2780 level on a 1-hour chart. This is where we are looking for price to come back to. It is holding below the pivot, which would suggest a move down further to this target of 127.80. So that's all for today. I will see you tomorrow again.